Questions swirl tonight about when federal troops could arrive in Chicago and where they'll be stationed. But as of tonight, it's sounding like less of a possibility and more of a reality.
President Trump saying today we're going into Chicago, and Governor Pritzker firing back.
Well, we're going in. I didn't say when. We're going in.
In the coming days, we expect to see what has played out in Los Angeles and Washington, D.C. to happen here in Chicago.
Over the last 2 days, that was the crown jewel. They had, I guess, 9 or 10 killed, and 50 hit with bullets. So in the last 3 weeks, he's lost almost 20 people killed. Chicago is a hellhole right now.
It is likely those agents will be with ICE, Customs and Border Patrol, the Department of Homeland Security, and other similarly situated federal agencies.
We're going to do it anyway. We have the right to do it because I have an obligation to protect this country.
There is no emergency that warrants deployment of troops. He is insulting the people of Chicago by calling our home a hellhole.
We are always investigating, taking our questions about the possible deployment to some experts.
Our Jermont Terry spoke to a former top-ranking officer with a unique perspective, and also our legal analyst. He joins us now. Jermont.
Joe and Erica, while the president continues to say that help is on the way, at this hour it's unclear if that help will come in the form of National Guard troops or federal law enforcement. And tonight we weigh in on whether either could or would legally do right here in the city. After a violent Labor Day weekend in Chicago, the president only doubling down in his efforts to bring federal assistance to combat violence.
And we need to do everything we can to eliminate crime.
Charles Ramsey spent 3 decades with CPD.
I grew up in Inglewood. I worked the West Side.
Before continuing his law enforcement career in Philly and as D.C.'s police commissioner.
I have used National Guard in the past, both in Philadelphia and in Washington, D.C., but it was in a support role.
Ramsey calls military presence in Chicago a mistake.
Military people are not trained, and nor should they be. They're war fighters.
On Tuesday, a U.S. district judge in California ruled the president violated federal law when he sent Guard members to L.A. during immigration protests. The judge said by expanding to more cities, Mr. Trump is essentially creating a national police force with the president as its chief.
However, that injunction was limited to the state of California.
CBS legal analyst Irv Miller says if troops are mobilized to Illinois, then our attorney general must go to court.
I suspect that if it's National Guard or active military, they'll file a lawsuit. If it's FBI, ATF, Secret Service, law enforcement personnel, they won't file a lawsuit.
And it's those federal law enforcement resources Ramsey says Chicago should and will likely embrace.
But it needs to be planned. They need to have a specific mission. They just can't just throw a lot of federal resources into an area with no coordination at all and no request for that kind of assistance.
The governor cited sources saying federal intervention could come to assist ICE agents, and that's leaving many uneasy as Chicago prepares to welcome Mexican independence celebrations.
You know, policing is different, and it shouldn't be a political football. You know, this is serious business.
Now, Ramsey adds that if armed troops come to the city, they will likely deter crime while they are here. But the moment they leave, Chicago will likely see a significant spike in crime. As our legal experts also say that attorneys are embarking on a new legal field when it comes to what is playing out here. And both sides will likely fight all the way possibly to the highest court. Reporting live downtown tonight, Jermont Terry, CBS News, Chicago.
Jermont, thank you.